Hello and welcome to Between Two Banjos, Swallow Hill Music's videocast. I'm here with Dustin.
I'm here with Barry.
And we're here to nerd out on music, so thanks for joining us. So Dustin, I know it's been a brutal winter for you. You've been a little under the weather.
So many colds.
Yeah, it's been rough. So we're excited that it's spring. Even if there wasn't a lot of snow in Denver to date. Spring is spring. Rockies are going to be playing soon. And do you have a favorite spring song, Dustin? Spring themed?
Glad you asked, Barry. I do. The song Wild Mountain Time, recorded by literally everyone ever, I think, maybe?
Yeah?
Yeah, literally everyone ever.
What's a favorite rendition?
I do love the way Bob Dylan does it on Self-Portrait.
Oh, cool.
Pete Seeger does a cool version. Yeah, that's a couple that come off the top of my head. But
cool.
Actually, this will tie into something later, but Shane MacGowan had a 60th birthday party recently with a ton of people there, and he actually did come out in a wheelchair and sang Wild Mountain Time.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of crazy. He looks like he could die any day.
Shane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just a great song. Just a beautiful old Scottish melody. Maybe
Super
Irish.
cool.
Not totally sure.
I will check it out.
Yeah, it's a great song. And you?
I would go with Winter's Come and Gone by Gillian Welch. And as I was telling you earlier, it's nice to hear Gillian sing a song of renewal as opposed to decay.
Yep.
So, yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that's true. It's rare for her.
Okay, Between Two Banjos is coming at you. Okay, we're back, and we were just sharing some favorite Anchorman scenes, so I'm giggly.
A little.
I apologize. Yeah. None of this is on the teleprompter, so
keep it together, Barry.
That's
keep
right.
It together.
So, Dustin, what's a show you're looking forward to?
Well, I am really excited to go see J.D. Wilks and the legendary Shack Shakers. That's what you were saying earlier.
I screwed him up.
The legendary Shack Shakers.
There you go.
Barry said that. That's, yeah. I corrected you. And then,
yep.
Anyway.
It's contagious.
Yes, J.D. Wilks. He'll be performing at the Streets of London, which is a little weird. Apparently they're doing lots of shows
there. They've been doing
now.
A lot more. I haven't seen a show there, but I've noticed it more and more in the calendars, which is cool.
Yeah, me neither. It'll be my first. It's a classic Colfax watering hole. Been there many times.
Yep.
Saw a massive white nationalist fight there one time.
Ooh.
Yeah, different story, different time. Anyway, otherwise, great bar.
Okay. Fair
but
enough.
It is Colfax still, so you never know.
No,
But this show fits there. J.D. Wilks, I think he's been doing the band thing for over 20 years now.
Okay.
And so this album is kind of his first official solo album, I believe.
Okay.
It's really, really great. It's called Fire Dream. So it's sort of an unplugged version of the band touring with him.
Interesting.
And yeah, he's known for his incredible harmonica playing. I know he just played on Sturgill Simpson's upcoming record, which is very cool. He's played with like Merle Haggard, tons of people. He's also really known for his clawhammer banjo playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really amazing at that. So I think it's going to be a really, really cool show. The new album definitely jumps away from some of the band stuff into a little bit more of Tom Waitsy, kind of that circus vibe, the
Medicine
Carnival
show
Barker, kind of like that, like a little bit of that.
Interesting.
More interesting melodies rather than just straight ahead more rock stuff. So,
sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting show. Excited.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a few that I'm looking forward to. I want to give a quick shout out to Chris Hillman. He's going to be here in Daniels Hall on Sunday, May 20th. I know Chris as the bass player of the Byrds. I love the Byrds, their 60s and early 70s albums that range from folk rock to the early rumblings of country rock. Really influential with the Byrds, went on to the Flying Burrito Brothers. His career has touched on more mainstream country, bluegrass. He's a fascinating guy, and really excited for that show. He's touring behind his latest album, which was produced by Tom Petty.
Wasn't it like Tom Petty wanted him to do
Yeah,
another
Tom
album
Petty
and,
reached
like,
out to
kinda
him.
called him up like, you should do this, and he was like, "No, I'm done, man." But yeah,
Yeah.
it's an interesting story.
And the album came out right before Tom died, and so yeah, it's given the backstory is a little more poignant, I guess. And the album covers a lot of tunes from Chris's career. It's a great overview, and he does a wonderful cover of Tom Petty's "Wildflowers." So I'm excited for that.
It's gonna be really great.
And then I'm really looking forward to, the Denver Botanic Gardens summer concert series. But the first show of the series, Monday, June 11th, I'm from Milwaukee. You never heard that?
This is news to me.
Yeah, strange. I would have never brought that up. The Violent Femmes are playing Denver Botanic Gardens. Femmes started in Milwaukee, so there's a lot of local pride, and I'm just genuinely excited to have the Femmes at the Botanic Gardens. And the opening band is a local band called the Dirty Femmes.
Yep.
You know a little bit about them?
Yes, fronted by Jen Cordy, well-known local singer-songwriter. She loved the Violent Femmes, started a Violent Femmes cover band, and Gordon Gano moved to Denver, heard about it, and I don't know the exact story if he went and saw them, or someone told him about them, or something like that, and but he found out about them and somehow got Jen's number and called her up and was like, "Hey, it's Gordon Gano, can I come play with you on my fiddle?" And she was like, "Shut up."
Right.
Or so the legend goes. That may not be the exact story, but that's just what I've heard.
Right.
And so he plays with them occasionally, and I'm sure he'll be joining them on stage.
That's
since
super cool.
I believe it was all him orchestrating having them open. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So that's Violent Femmes with the Dirty Femmes at Denver Botanic Gardens on Monday, June 11th. For more details, go to concerts.botanicgardens.org. And speaking of the Botanic Gardens, Dustin, you have a show that you want to talk about from the series as well.
Yes, I am very excited for the Angelique Kidjo Femi Kuti show. Angelique Kidjo, legendary performer, performing the Talking Heads album Remain in Light, start to finish.
Fantastic.
She'd been doing it for a little while. David Byrne even joined her on stage at Carnegie Hall and for a song. And then Femi Kuti, obviously Fela Kuti's one of his sons. So it should be just an incredible evening of Afrobeat music and whatever she does with that album.
With the Talking Heads material.
You can find a couple songs online here and there, but I guess they are recording and going to release it.
Very cool.
Supposedly with the Dap Kings. Not totally sure if that's official or not, but it'd be amazing.
There's a lot of buzz around this project.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome show.
Fantastic. Well, we hope to see you soon at a show. Moving right along here on Between Two Banjos. Dustin, you've been diving into the audio archives of Swallow Hill. Have
Yes,
you
I
found
have.
anything interesting?
Yes, I have. So one show that jumped out at me was a performance right here in Tufts Theater from 2009 by the former band, broken up now, called Bad Weather California. And they were just a great local kind of indie Americana rock band, I guess, generic description. They were a little more interesting than that.
Yeah, no, they were big name about town.
Yeah, they were. They were great, and I saw them a ton of times, and I always really loved them. And the performance that I found was a little bit acoustic.
Okay, so
Still with there was always a lot of slide guitar and stuff in there. Still a lot of that, but more acoustic, not really mellow.
Sure.
Still pretty high energy and fun. But yeah, it took me back. I think their favorite album of mine came out around then. I don't know, it might have been 2010, 2011 or so, but it was around that time period in there. So they were playing a lot of the songs from that era. And it was really cool to hear all those again. Made me a little nostalgic.
Fantastic.
A simpler time.
Yeah. The Obama years.
Right. Yes, the early Obama years.
So we have a few new items on the blog. One I wanted to mention was we have Tiara with Bridget Law and We Dream Dawn coming to Daniels Hall on Saturday, April 14th. This show should be of interest to fans of Elephant Revival, as Bridget Law and Sage from We Dream Dawn are alumni of Elephant Revival. So, kind of the greater elephant diaspora. Is that fair?
Which sounds right to me.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Right. And on the blog, I did a Q&A with Bridget, and she plays violin now with Tiero, who is also her husband. And in the Q&A, she talks about how their relationship got started, both musically and personally, and it's a cool story. And then she kept in touch with Sage as he was starting his project, We Dream Dawn, and they've been very supportive of each other. So, even though they're not with Elephant Revival, who also incidentally announced a hiatus after some upcoming spring dates, you can still hear a lot of great music from people affiliated with the band.
Yep, probably even better. I mean, right? Screw the Red Rock show, come to this one. It's gonna be better. Yeah. You
heard it from Dustin. And I do want to say, I wanted to read something from Bridget from the blog, and you can read more. But she was happy to talk about the changes in Elephant Revival and only positive things to say, but she did want to say, with the recent announcement of Elephant Revival taking a hiatus after the Red Rock show in May, I want to remind fans who have loved and supported the music for the last decade to please support the side projects of the members. The values and melodic sense that we built Elephant Revival upon are still alive in each of us, and there is bound to be some incredible music birthed from this newfound freedom. So, it sounds like they're still good friends, tight-knit group of musicians, and Bridget's been wonderful to work with, so we hope you will come on out on April 14th.
Yeah. I think side projects are a natural outgrowth. Sometimes you just have to go your own way.
Exactly.
Can we cue Fleetwood Mac's Go Your Own
That's
Way
right
there? Can we afford that? Yeah, great.
Yeah, we'll budget that.
Yeah, great, cool.
So Dustin, I'm really excited about Sunday, April 1st.
What's going on?
Well, we have a lot of cool new workshops that we're offering at Swallow Hill on Sunday, April 1st.
Sunday, April 1st. Aren't we closed that day?
We're closed that day?
I think so. I think we're closed Sunday.
Well, we're offering these workshops on Sunday, April 1st. You want to hear about them?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So the first workshop is called Sad Songs for Your Tiny Violin. Who hasn't been accused of being melodramatic? Well, now you can learn to play sad songs for your tiny violin. Some of the world's biggest hits are surprisingly easy to play on your tiny violin. Among them, My Heart Will Go On, the theme from Titanic.
That sounds like a perfect fit, yeah.
Hello by Adele.
Okay.
Hello by Lionel Richie. Mr. Bojangles.
I can hear it.
Let It Go. The Achy Breaky Heart. And many more. That is sad songs for your tiny violin.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good. Everyone with your tiny violins, come on down.
That's right.
Yeah.
Also, on April 1st, Sunday, April 1st, we'll be offering this workshop. I've smashed my neighbor's banjo. Now what? You just moved into the house of your dreams and you love your new neighborhood, but something is off. You wondered why the previous owner accepted your first offer so quickly, and then the truth sets in. Your neighbor plays the banjo.
Ugh, been there.
This workshop walks you through what you should and should not do once you have smashed your neighbor's banjo. It's too late to pretend it didn't happen. The whole neighborhood heard it. It's time to explore your options.
Yeah, it's going to be very helpful for people in Colorado. I mean, so many bands.
It's got to be good per capita banjo.
That one will sell out.
That's right, yeah. Reserve your spot early.
Yep, definitely.
Also on April 1st, we'll be offering clashing plaid shirts and your folk ensemble.
We almost, I mean, they don't match.
Yeah. So,
pretty good example.
You've gotten the band together, you're really tight. You boast a great set of originals and some smart but not too obvious covers. Only one thing. Your folk ensemble has clashing plaids, and people are starting to notice. This workshop examines why clashing plaids happen to perfectly good folk bands, how to anticipate them, and how to avoid them. You want a sneak peek?
Yeah.
Wear a solid.
Oh, wow. Huh. Wouldn't have gone there with it. See,
No.
that's the kind of information you're going to get.
That's right.
Yeah, in these workshops. Yeah. Yeah.
Also offered on Sunday, April 1st. Play electric guitar behind your head. This one's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. A la Hendrix.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix,
Or
I guess.
your favorite bar band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Another workshop we're offering on Sunday, April 1st is called Willie Nelson Wrote That. This in-depth songwriting workshop examines why every song you've ever written was already written by Willie Nelson.
Billy wrote it.
Yeah. No shame.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Just got to change a minor ninth chord in there, and then it's a little more original.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, another April 1st workshop that we're offering. Songs you can cover besides Wagon Wheel.
Wow, there's others?
Bring some paper and a pencil. In this 3-hour workshop, we will read off literally thousands of song titles your band can cover besides Wagon Wheel.
I mean, that's
Yep.
groundbreaking.
It's-
That's just,
yep.
yeah. Mhm. Are there any examples? Do you have any examples of that one? Are they holding those all over for the...
Yeah, you've got to register
Okay.
for the sneak peek.
For
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. Makes sense.
Thousands. Remember, that's Sunday, April 1st.
Yeah, yeah, you keep saying that. Yeah, Sunday, April 1st. Thought we were close.
Okay, we are back on Between Two Banjos. Dustin, what are you listening to?
Well, St. Patrick's Day is past, but that doesn't mean you can't still get your Irish on.
Nope, absolutely not.
So I love the Pogues. Always have. It wasn't even related to St. Patrick's Day, but for some reason I was listening to some Pogue stuff. And reading some interviews and whatnot. And, that 60th birthday thing, I think maybe was what kind of led
For
me down.
Shane MacGowan.
Yeah, like Johnny Depp and, all these special guests were there and everything. Seemed pretty cool. They mostly performed his music. Then he came out, he got an award from the city, yada, yada. But his first solo album, The Snake, is really great.
Okay, I don't know it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of it, but...
I knew he had some solo albums, but I'd never listened to him because the Pogue stuff. But,
Sure.
you kind of get, just listen to it a lot. And, so I wanted to dig into his solo work. And that first one, having gotten there, I believe there's only 2 official Shane
Okay.
MacGowan in the Pope's albums. Yeah, we had to go Catholic with it. But it is really cool. It's very Poguesy.
Cool.
It's a little more rock, even maybe a little bit.
Okay.
But he still does nick a couple traditional
Sure.
English and Irish melodies here and there, and sets new words to them and stuff. So, but it's pretty much the same feel. There's the tin whistle, there's the banjo, that
Right.
kind of stuff. But yeah, still just great songwriting, great vocals. And it was kind of that time period he'd been kicked out of the Pogues. People weren't sure if he was ever going to.
Yeah.
Just the drink and the drugs and everything, and people were pretty sure he was just going to die or
done.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he came back with, apparently the other solo album's really strong as well, so.
So I haven't kept up with him. How is his health now?
Not great.
Okay, so when you said he came out for the birthday celebration in a wheelchair, that was not...
No, he
That was...
literally
Okay,
got pushed out in a wheelchair.
that's tough to hear.
He
Yeah.
is still alive at 60.
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought Shane
mean,
MacGowan would have
his-
made it to 60?
Right.
Apparently he won't stop drinking. Like, life without
That's-
a drink is not for him. So,
Gotcha.
But I don't think he's, like, getting trashed all the time,
Right.
per se, but he won't stop drinking. But he had fallen and broken his pelvis or something.
Oh, no.
So a really bad break. And since his health isn't the greatest anyway, the recovery from that has been really rough. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, he's still kicking. And I think
But-
it's hard to say if he'll ever...
Be where he was, or...
Yeah, or even just even
Interesting.
performing ever again, or yeah.
Wow.
Hard to say, but he's still alive right now.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling to know that he's still out there somewhere
Yeah.
with a drink in his hand, being Irish as hell. So it's great.
There you go.
Yeah. What about you, Barry?
So Dustin, I want to take you back to the year 2010. So, In 2010, I was actually discovering bluegrass. It was right around the time I started playing the banjo again. I started taking classes here at Swallow Hill. I was discovering bands like Trampled by Turtles and artists like Sarah Jarosz and the Punch Brothers, and I really just wasn't listening to contemporary pop or indie music. So flash forward to about a month ago. I was at Twist and Shout Records, just going through records looking for something, and they were playing something over the loudspeaker that it went from like really high energy, fun, visceral dance music into something more of a like up-tempo Prince kind of jam, and then it slid into almost this like 1960s like British Kinks Paisley kind of tune, and then it moved into an almost kind of like Susie and the Banshees kind of goth but playful thing. And it really caught my attention, all in like the span of 4 or 5 songs. And it was, it turns out it was this 2010 album that was huge called The Arc Android by Janelle Monáe.
I do know the one.
Yeah.
I know that one, yeah.
And so I just stumbled upon this album, especially those 5 songs that I just mentioned. I really love the entire album, but I'm just focused on side 2 of the first disc right now because it's that little suite of songs. She covers an incredible stretch of genres effortlessly. It's so catchy, so tuneful. Her vocals are amazing. My kids and I love it. We listen to it getting ready for school and work in the morning.
It's a good way to energize yourself.
It is. It really gets you going. So I'm excited to keep listening to that album. It's basically a double album, and I know she has new material coming out. So
she's definitely, a Prince, Michael Jackson type of our time. Like she can dance, she can sing, she can act.
It's phenomenal.
She's really talented. Yeah.
So, listen to what your record stores are playing. You might find something really cool like I did.
Very true, very true.
Well, Dustin, that brings us to the end of yet another Between Two Banjos.
It was just thrilling. I'm just heart's pounding over here,
I think I can feel it through the floorboards.
I'm sure everyone watching this will agree.
Well, thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you soon at Swallow Hill Music, and happy spring.
Happy spring. Buy your concert tickets early.